First off, it's funny because I just did a video. It's not even released yet because of this new situation. Because I did a video about Meek Mill and Chris Brown, how he's teaming up with Meek Mill, and how this is a mistake. I'm like, you don't come back teaming up with losers. You team up with winners. That's what I'm basically was saying in the video. Then it's like the next day, Chris Brown is in this big controversy. And he's on Instagram saying F the world. And one of the persons that told me is somebody that don't even really follow this stuff at all. So, once, I wake up, the developments is already starting. So I'm like, well, what's going on? I'm getting pieced in together. Next thing you know, TMZ not only has an interview, they got her dumb butt in the studio. And I see Chris going off. Right then and there, I said, oh, it's a setup. And I said, I get it now. That's what's happening to Chris. It's a setup. Since this isn't a murder case, and since this woman has put the case all on social media, she's looking at civil. But the state and the people are going for the massive criminal charge. When, if you listen to the story of what happened, because it's been put out there, here's the situation that's going to have a lot of people alarmed. And I knew this fake chick was lying. She had no business messing with people's jewelry. Period. You are a guest in somebody's house. If they had you outside in the pool area with your feet in the jacuzzi, that's where your lily white butt should have been. Not wandering through this man's house admiring anything. You hear that? I was just admiring it. The last people he threw out his house was admiring stuff too. It's when you admire too much and it probably be in your pocket. You don't know who that jewelry belonged to. That might have belonged to some people that's out there chilling in the water. And he got people that's watching his jewelry. So they making sure you don't take it by being very firm with you. You try going somewhere you're not supposed to be in somebody else's house and see how they talk to you. Especially when you just some groupie. Let's do a background check on this Bailey Karan. What do you do, Bailey? Well, I do blow and I hang around celebrities and I'm a slut bag and I hang around. That's what you do. Allegedly. Because what is your purpose there? Like, I've been knowing them for years. Why would I do this now? No. You went there to start because you said, this is my way in to start something. He had every right to throw you out of his house. Now he pointed a gun at me. It don't sound like he touched you at all in this video. He definitely wasn't trying to shoot you. He said get out of his home. Where is the assault? It's all a setup to get Chris to go crazy, to do something. And they don't want Chris Brown to come back at all. They want Chris Brown to just fade off into the sunset and just disappear. And there's people highly invested in him not coming back doing anything. And You know, with Drake's appearance with Rihanna at the awards, Chris could have got a little out of hand, and they said, well, let's make sure Chris is okay and taken care of and tamed. Plus, he teaming up with Meek Mill. Drake and them people probably sent that chick over there and set all this up. None of this would surprise me. I doubt all of it. I don't think all this happened by coincidence either. Not saying it's a conspiracy, but it sounds a little like set up to me. Did y'all hear that?
For at least like a couple good hours. Everything was fine. Talking to Chris, talking to Ray J. Everything was great. And then I went outside. I sat in the hot tub for a little bit, just put my feet in. One of my friends was swimming in the pool. And then we decided to go back in. And then that's when I saw this male who was selling these diamond watches and the diamond necklaces. And that's when I saw the diamond cross necklace, and of course I'm gonna admire it. I did not pick it up, I did not try to take it, anything to that sort, and I don't know if it was his friends who kind of triggered Chris, but he said, don't go near the diamonds, started calling me names, saying, get the F outside, go back outside, and then that's when Chris kind of went off and said, what did I tell you, girls? I've been telling you over and over again. And then he pulled out the gun and he said, get the F out of here, and threatened me with it. And that's when I just left.
Oh, gosh. he pulled out, told me to get the F out of here, then he threatened me with it. Like, what did he do? When somebody pulled a gun out and tell you to get the F out, you go, oh, okay, well, thanks for having me over. Nice party. It's too bad I can't stay. Where's my coat? They're not trying to harm you. If they pull it out and tell you to get out, and that's their request, unless you're resisting getting out of the house, would you be threatened? Am I right? If anybody ever seen somebody pull a gun out and tell somebody to leave, and they stick around, I ain't going nowhere. And you in their house? They usually have the right to shoot you. I'm just saying. So to me, the whole thing seemed like a setup. Because this one little white lily flower girl who's on TMZ after filing a police report, she took money to probably be on the show. Allegedly, she probably did. And that shit hurt the case right there. She's in the studio. And because she's on the air, she comes in there less than 24 hours later. I don't even think it was 12 hours later. They was at Chris Brown's house at like 6 in the morning asking to come on in. Are you kidding? She has not been assaulted. There's not one scar on this lily white girl's blonde hair. Not one. She has not been sexually violated. She has not been robbed. Nothing stolen from her. They're telling her to get out of the home they live in. And y'all asking me why I'm riding for Chris. Y'all, I'll tell y'all, boy, y'all social media people, y'all something else. But y'all gonna ride for Kyle Kaepernick. A man who's trying to get out of his contract, trying to get out of the team. He tried to force them to trade him because he doesn't want to be there. And they said, no. You gonna stay and play. And they was like, fine. They was like, they gotta pay him the $12 million, but now he don't want to play. He don't want to start. He don't want to play for that team. So all of a sudden, knowing all of this, going into the season, then miraculously this happened. So yes, you question his motives for doing so. When all of this stuff was going on, he was quiet as a church mouse. I don't remember him tweeting nothing about no Black Lives Matter back then. Like, oh, he just became a Muslim 2 weeks ago. So yeah, this is probably him leading the movement. Let's go, Kaepernick. No, because he gets $12 million regardless from this deal he got. So to me, it's kind of opportunistic that he did this for himself, because he doesn't want to start, and he's not going to start anyway. But now people going to hate you that they didn't like him anyway. Plus, he's not a good quarterback. Everybody omits that. It wasn't like he was Tom Brady or somebody, or on his way to being Brady. He had the one hot year when he was running that option play. They put that on ice, and there you have it. So, Kaepernick, he wants to sit down, so what? Let him sit. He don't want to stand up for the flag. That's his movement. No problem here. Sit down if you want to. But now, don't actually go to no events that got the national anthem in there, because the anthem means something more to you than it does anybody else, so you shouldn't be there. You just isolated yourself, basically. But he knows that, right, y'all? So, we let him learn. We'll let y'all learn in time when people take their mask off. Listen, but y'all don't want to support Chris Breezy when they tried to railroad him. I could smell a setup a mile away. All of a sudden, helicopters are deployed. Less than 24 hours. Modern day lynching. All this excessive police on the property when they have no search warrant to go into this man's house. They don't even have a search warrant. So why are you there? You go get a warrant and you come back and ask this man to surrender. He has a lawyer that's on his property. It wasn't a standoff. It wasn't barricaded. He was in his house making videos showing you he was calm as a Hindu cow. But yet and still, y'all harassed this man. He was the terrorist. If he was white, you think this would have happened? White person get charged with assault? What they tell him? Sir, can you have call my lawyer. They call their lawyer first. My client will turn himself in at 7 o'clock. We'll come down to the station, turn ourselves in. Great. As long as you're here by such and such a time, so we can get your testimony and everything else. Nope. Did that happen to Breezy? Nope. And then nobody calling Nick Young a coon. Talking about some Chris Brown making the neighborhood bad. You need to move. No, you gonna be moving because you ain't gonna have no more money coming in, dummy. You've been stealing money from the league since you've been there. They should have never drafted you. Swaggy P. Why don't you go someplace and meditate on that? You done lost you done lost your white chips. Now you just all black again, so you ain't finna be over there long either. So you kissing up to them talking about he need to move. They gonna be, yeah, and you too. But sir, I said Chris Breezy need to move. And we admire that, son. But now, you got to go too. We're cleaning house. but I'm good, sir. Oh man. And y'all don't want to support Breeze. Alright. You don't need your support. Alright. I'm Team Breezy, baby. I'm supporting Breezy. But how coincidental is this? He pledged allegiance with Meek Mill while he was in Philly, linking up with Meek, taking the pictures with Meek. Next day, Rihanna and probably the same day, Rihanna and Drake, he gives her the award. Next day, Breezy set up. That's just, I'm telling you, these times are crazy, y'all. Times are crazy. I'm out.